Hello again. Here we are for another story. It's from the Bible, the part of the Bible that tells us about the things that Jesus did when he was here on earth a long, long time ago. And it's another story about something special that Jesus did when he was with his disciples, his helpers and his friends. They had all had a very, very busy time in a town called Capernaum. In that town called Capernaum, they had been talking to people about God. Jesus had been telling them about Father God. He'd been healing people who were sick. They'd all been very, very busy, and I think they were probably quite tired. And Jesus decided that it would be a good idea if they all got into a boat and went to the other side of the big lake, which they called a sea, the Sea of Galilee or the Sea of Tiberias, and if they just went for a while to a quieter place on the other side. Sometimes life gets very busy, doesn't it? For all of us, and sometimes we just need a little bit of quiet for a while, just to get ourselves together again. And I think that's what they needed, and Jesus just knew. So they found a boat that they could borrow, and they could travel across to the other side of the lake, where it would be quieter. And they all climbed in. At first, it was a calm day. The wind was gentle, the water was calm, and Jesus was really tired from all that he'd been doing. So he lay down in the bottom of the boat and he went to sleep. I expect the gentle rocking of the boat helped him to go to sleep too. But gradually, the gentle rocking of the boat became rockier and rockier. The wind blew stronger, the waves rose higher, and the boat rocked from side to side to side. They were in the middle of the lake, and there was a storm. And the disciples, who were still awake, were very, very frightened. They looked for Jesus, and they looked, and they saw he was fast asleep. They woke him up, and they said, "Lord, come and save us, or we might all drown." Jesus woke up. He looked at his disciples, and he asked them why they were afraid. All they needed to do was to trust him. With that, in the middle of all the rocking and the wind and the waves, Jesus stood up. He looked at the waves, he looked at the wind, he felt the rain, and he said, "Stop." And that's just what they did. Everything became quiet. Everything became still. Everything became calm again. Well, when the disciples saw this, they were amazed, and they wondered just who Jesus was and how he could do such things. But we know now, don't we? We know Jesus could do that because Jesus was special. Jesus was the Son of God. Now the boat eventually reached the other side of the lake, and everyone was safe to carry on God's work. It's quite scary for us sometimes if we're out in a storm, isn't it? In stormy weather, and the wind's blowing so hard that you can hardly stand up. And if you've got an umbrella up because it's raining, the umbrella blows inside out, and actually it's quite scary. But it's also scary when we feel stormy inside ourselves, isn't it? When things are going round and round in our heads and we feel all rocked about inside and we just don't know what to do and we're so worried and we're so frightened. That's just the time we need to speak to Jesus, just like the disciples did when they woke him up. And we need to ask Jesus to please just calm down all the things that are going on inside us that are making us so troubled and scared and worried. And we ask Jesus to help us to trust him so that he will help us. And he will. He's done this many times for me when I've been all churned up inside. And I asked Jesus just to say stop to all the churning up and to make everything calm inside me again. And he does. And he has lots of times. And I know he'll do that for you too. All you have to do is just ask him. And he'll be ready there to do it for you. Well, so many wonderful things Jesus did when he was here on earth. So many wonderful things he can still do for us now. Well, we've still got a couple more stories. We'll be back again soon with the next one. Till then, I always say to you, be kind, be helpful, be a good friend. Trust in God, trust in Jesus to help you. Stay safe. See you again soon. Bye for now.